All right, let's talk about something huge that's happening right under our noses in Europe's energy grid. It's kind of complex, a little quiet, but it's creating this absolutely massive, once-in-a-generation opportunity for businesses, and honestly, most people are completely missing it. And when I say massive, I am not kidding. We're talking about an 8 billion euro prize. And get this, that's not the total market size or something. Nope. That's the amount of money up for grabs every single year for commercial and industrial businesses who are smart enough to get in on this new reality.
The obvious question here is, with all that cash just sitting on the table, is your business getting its share? Because this isn't just for the big energy giants anymore, not by a long shot.
Okay, so to really get a grip on this opportunity, we first have to break down the challenge. See, the entire rhythm, the whole pulse of the European electricity market has fundamentally changed. And this is the key to everything.
Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. The old market, so slow, so predictable. Energy was traded in these lazy one-hour blocks. You could practically manage the whole thing on a spreadsheet. But the new market, whoa, it's moving in these frantic 15-minute intervals. It's volatile, it's automated, and it moves at the speed of algorithms, not people. And this really highlights the new pressure point, doesn't it? With trading deadlines now as short as 5 minutes before delivery in some places, well, human reaction time is officially obsolete. It's just too slow. If you can't respond in real time, you're not just leaving money on the table, you're actually at risk of getting hit with penalties.
So you might be thinking, how on earth does a small or medium-sized business even begin to compete in this high-speed world, right? Well, the answer isn't to just hire more people, it's to use smarter technology. Let's break down the two-part key that unlocks this whole thing. Okay, first up, you need a brain for the operation, and that's this thing called an AI PEMS. The easiest way to think about it is like a financial autopilot for your building's power. It handles all the crazy complexity of the market, it crunches the data, and it makes profitable decisions for you automatically, so you don't have to.
So how does this autopilot actually work? It's pretty cool, actually. It's a simple 3-step loop. Step 1, it predicts. It's constantly forecasting where energy prices are going to go. Step 2, it identifies. It finds hidden bits of flexibility you already have, like a cooling system that can be dialed back for 15 minutes without anyone even noticing. And then step 3, it automates. It goes out and executes those profitable trades, selling that flexibility back to the grid when prices are high. It's just this constant cycle of making you money. All right, now for this second piece of the puzzle, scale. See, most small and medium-sized businesses just aren't big enough to trade on the energy market by themselves. And that's where this idea of aggregation comes in. Honestly, it's kind of like a business co-op, but for the energy market. By bundling the flexibility of hundreds of small businesses all together, an aggregator creates what's called a virtual power plant, and that is big enough to go head-to-head with the major players.
Okay, so we've got the problem, this super fast market, and we've got the technology to solve it. So let's get to the good part. How does this actually turn into real-world profits? Where are the biggest opportunities for your business to cash in on this?
But hold on. Before we dive into specific industries, we have to talk about the single most crucial piece of this whole thing, the mental shift. You see, for decades, businesses have just seen energy as a cost center, right? It's a bill you get and you just try to make it smaller. Well, that era is over. In this new 15-minute market, your energy flexibility becomes a brand new revenue stream. It's an asset, something you can actively sell.
So where is this actually happening? Well, a huge hotspot is industrial cooling. Think about it. These systems have what's called high thermal inertia, which is just a fancy way of saying you can pre-cool them or let the temperature drift a little bit without messing anything up. And even better, new regulations are forcing companies to upgrade these systems anyway, so you can literally just roll the cost of an AI PMIS into an investment you already have to make. It's a no-brainer.
The food and beverage industry, another perfect example. Just think about all those batch processes. You've got cooling, mixing, drying. A lot of those can be shifted by 15 or 30 minutes, no problem. And not only does this generate revenue, but it also aligns perfectly with the big sustainability goals that are so important in that sector today. And then you've got logistics and large commercial buildings. This one is huge. The explosion of electric vehicle fleets is creating these massive, distributed batteries on wheels. So when they're parked and charging, they become an incredibly valuable asset for the grid. You combine that with the huge, flexible HVAC systems in warehouses and office buildings, and suddenly you have a real powerhouse of opportunity.
And this stuff gets incredibly specific, you know? This isn't just some vague theory. In the Netherlands, the sweet spot is high-tech manufacturing. Over in Germany, it's specialized cold storage. Down in Spain, it's all about managing the massive air conditioning in large resorts. And in Denmark, it's the cold chains that keep their whole seafood industry running. The potential is literally everywhere. You just have to know where to look.
Okay, so you're probably seeing the potential here. You might even see your own industry on that list. So the next logical question is, what do you actually do next? How do you even get started? Don't worry, let's walk through a clear strategic roadmap.
First things first, let's just be real about it. The top two things that stop businesses from jumping on this are complexity and cost. They look at it and see this tangled mess of regulations and just assume the price tag is way too high. The steps we're about to go over, they're designed specifically to get you past those two hurdles.
So here's your game plan. It's 3 simple steps. 1. Do a quick flexibility audit. Just look at your business and ask, where do we have processes that can be shifted in time? 2. You have to reframe the investment. An AI PEMS isn't just an efficiency gadget, it's your ticket to play in a brand new profitable market. And 3, don't assume you have to foot the whole bill. There are tons of national and EU grants out there designed to help businesses make exactly this kind of upgrade.
And you might wonder, why is all that funding even available? Well, it's because getting small and medium businesses involved isn't just good for you, it's absolutely essential for the entire grid. Activating all this flexibility across Europe could save up to 29.1 billion euros a year. That's money that would otherwise be spent on expensive grid upgrades and new power plants. So yeah, the grid operators need your flexibility, and they're more and more willing to pay for it and help you get started.
So let's wrap this all up. The game has totally changed. Energy is no longer this one-way street where you just pay a bill at the end of the month. It's now a dynamic, high-speed market that is just full of opportunity. The technology to get in there and compete, it's here. So the only real question left is, are you ready to play?